Teitzei, we read about the Ben Seir Umayr, the famous case of the son who doesn't listen to his father, his mother. He rebels against his parents. He starts stealing from his parents. He's only 12 years old, but even so, he gets the terrible punishment of capital punishment. Why? Says Chazal, because we know what's going to happen to this kid. We know what's going to happen to this boy. He's going to continue stealing. He's not going to find what he needs. He's going to steal from other people. He's still not going to get what he needs. He's going to start killing people just so that he should support his lifestyle of addiction to the wine and the meat that he became so accustomed to. Interesting that in the Talmud Yerushalmi there's an extra word over here, extra line. Yes, he's going to go. He's going to start stealing from people. He'll start standing on the roads. He's going to become a bandit. He's going to become a highway bandit, and he's going to forget all the Torah that he learned. Okay, we understand that somebody who's engaged in such practice and in such terrible deeds, for sure, probably is going to forget his Torah also. But why over here, when we're talking about what he's going to be engaged in, the terrible acts that he's going to be engaged in, we throw in this, and he's also going to forget what he learned in 3rd grade when he was in Cheder. Why is this relevant here to our discussion? Chaim Shmulevitz says, we know, Gemara Bracha says, how are women zeiche, b'ma zachyan? And the explanation is, men have a chiyuv, they have an obligation to learn Torah all the time, not only to know the pertinent halachas in order to live like a religious Jew, but also to be involved in limud HaTorah with his maximum capabilities. A woman doesn't have this mitzvah, doesn't have this obligation to study Torah. So where does her strength come from? Where does her schus come from? And the Gemara answers, the famous answer, she takes the children to school, she waits happily at home while her husband is involved in his learning HaTorah. She has a very big chelik, a very big part. She's a full partner in the limud HaTorah of her sons and of her husband. Similar idea we find in the Gemara and Saita, the Mishnah and the Gemara and Saita talk about in a situation where a woman, chas v'shalom, becomes a Saita, and the Mishnah talks about a schus that can save her, even though she's in such a terrible, precarious situation. But if she has a schus of Torah that can save her, and the question is, what kind of schus of Torah? She's not obligated; she doesn't have to learn Torah. And the answer is the same as the Gemara says in Brachas, that she has the schus that she brings her children to learn Torah, and she waits for her husband. We see from here, says Chaim Shmulevitz, it's a big yisod. It's not enough that she has Torah, that she's learning Torah. If she's not obligated to learn that Torah, if she's not involved in the chiyuv, in the obligation of learning Torah, so she doesn't have the connection of this schus. And this schus is paramount and it's critical. Every person has to have the schus. There can't be a person in the world that doesn't have the schus. Everybody has to have the schus, or else it's completely lost. The men have it because they have the obligation, and they fulfill the obligation by learning Torah, if they have it. And the women have to have it as well. And the Gemara is very worried about the woman. How are the women going to have this schus? They must have it. It's a critical component. Everybody has to have it. Okay, so if they learn Torah, it's not enough. They have to have the connection to the Torah, which is obligatory. What kind of Torah is that? Their husbands are learning, their children are learning, they're helping them, they're partners in their limud HaTorah. But just the fact that they're learning Torah is not enough. They have to have a chelik in the obligatory limud HaTorah. Says Chaim Shmulevitz, this is what's going on here also. As long as a person has that connection to the Torah, which is called the chayvas HaTorah, the obligation, the mitzvah of learning Torah, then he has a chance of doing tshuva. Even if he falls so far and he's kidnapping people and he's killing people, he's murdering people for money, but if he has the Torah that he learned when he was a child, if he still has a connection to that Torah, there's a chance that he's going to do tshuva. It says to Yerushalmi, there's no chance. He's going to forget the Torah as well. He's not going to have that connection. If he had that connection, he would have it. He would have everything. But unfortunately, this boy is showing such behavior, is showing that he's definitely going to forget the connection to Torah, and only because of that, there's no way back. Good Shabbos. Please don't forget to subscribe. You'll get the video every week by subscribing. Put a like. Thank you very much. Good Shabbos.